First on the list, a book whose title and/or author has a Z in it. This was the only book that I could find, The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I first heard about it as a recommendation from John Green, and I got this book last week from an op shop, which is where I got most of my books. Actually, maybe all of them, except for one. So I shall read it soon. The classic which I have found is Candide and Other Tales by Voltaire. Candide is a short story which is a, quote, anti-everything satire. It seemed remarkably normal when I was reading it at a summer camp last year. However, 254 years ago, it must have been quite controversial indeed. I, like many others, have had trouble trying to find a book with a key on it. However, I found this, The Book Inkheart by Cornelia something. This is a 3-part series, which I haven't read yet. I think I got it while an op shop was having a sale, so it might have been 50 cents or less. I think I just got it because of the interesting cover, but this video was the first time I've ever actually seen or heard of it. This was something on my bookshelf, which is not a book. It is an amazing red teapot, which I won in a op shop dress-up birthday party. Happy birthday, Em! Woo! For the oldest book in my shelf, I'm torn between these two. I have this really old Shakespeare collection, which may or may not be really dark teal or turquoise, but it doesn't have a date inside it, so I'm not sure. I found this old Czech Bible in my dad's garage. The date printed in it is 1900, which means it's 113 years old. Bibli svatá, aneb všecká svatá písma starého I nového zákona. Kniha Mojžišova první, teráž slově Genesis. Kapitola 1. Stvoření a spořádání od Boha všech věcí v 6 dnech. Na počátku stvořil Bůh nebe a zemi. Find a book with a girl on the cover. I found Paper Towns by John Green in an Australian op shop, which I was really surprised about, but also happy. For my book with an animal in it, I went with Del Toro Quest Season 1 by Emily Rhoda. This is an awesome children's book series, which I would recommend to everyone. The book has a company of 3 young'uns in it, Leif, Barda, and Jasmine, with her pet bird Cree. Probably one of the most famous male protagonists of our age is Harry Potter. I found The Deathly Hallows in this black hardcover binding in an op shop for 50 cents. Score. My book with only words on it, Step by Step by Winston Churchill. It's a historical account of the years 1936 to 1939, going through the Second World War. My book with illustrations, Mark Twain's The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Gold lettering and page edges, Treasury of World Masterpieces, Oscar Wilde. Dracula by Bram Stoker, but is this series of diaries true or fictional? An author with a common name, The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown, a close-up of a spiderweb on Neil Gaiman's Anansi Boys. This 400-year anniversary replica book takes place in the oldest time period out of all my other books. It is set 6,000 years ago, when the Earth was formed. In my bookshelves, trying to find a book without a jacket is like trying to find a needle in a stack of needles. I know it's terrible, but I really hate book jackets, so I remove them as soon as I get a hardcover book. This is a first edition of The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien, which I was amazed to find in an op shop. And if my Shakespeare book doesn't count, then this Mandarin Pocket Dictionary is the only teal or turquoise book I could find. A book with stars on it, The Northern Lights by Philip Pullman, part 1 of his Dark Materials. And lastly, a non-young adult book. This is a collection of poetical works by Henry Lawson. I'm going to tag Meta Hugh and Mary Amber and you.